Hello. Today, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Jesus Christ, please stop being terribly proportioned, for the love of God. Okay, there we go. But today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to make an anthology of Camp Alium TikToks because I wanted to have like a concise timeline of lore and stuff, and it's definitely not like today when I like find a stopping point. It's definitely not going to be complete because Alium is not a complete. It's like I have a beginning and an end for Alium, and there's like a bunch of stuff in the middle, but it's all of it is out of order, and I film it in such like random bursts and random like the things that happen, even though like they're all around the same time period, which is it's right in the middle. It's just all over the place. The timeline of all of my TikToks is all over the place, and it's constantly evolving. It's not something that I think I'm ever going to be completely done with. I'm not sure, quite frankly, if I would ever retire any of my Camp Alium cosplays. I mean, like, aside from the minor side characters that literally don't have anything to do with the plot. Sorry, I need to move my mirror because I keep staring myself in the face. I need to not. But aside from those minor characters who, yeah, they literally have nothing to do with the major plot, they're just sort of like they're doing their own little things. Aside from them, I don't think there's ever going to come a time where I retire any of the main cosplays. And because of that, that means that Alium is forever going to be fluid and shifting and changing. And I'm also thinking about, at some point, I want to open the tag. I want to make it an open tag. I don't know how many people really would participate or like want to participate or like see Alium and think, oh, that's a cool thing, or like beyond just like the random like, oh, that's neat, and then moving on with your life. I don't know how many people really care about Alium that much. No, like, I don't think anybody cares about Alium half as much as I do, quite frankly, because I've been very hyper-fixated on it for the past 6 months, that's insane to me. It's been 6 months since the conception of Alium, since the birth of Alium. The 6th month of it being published has also passed. Of it, I say published, but like, it being brought into the public eye. My very first post about Camp Alium. It's been 6 months since that has happened, and here I am still just like constantly ranting and raving about it, which that is like insane to me because that, like, I've never had this much of a connection to an original artwork of mine. Like, I say artwork, but like an original concept of mine. I suppose you could call it artwork because there's a bunch of like artistic, what's the word? It's very, I've put a lot of thought and time into Camp Alium so many hours. I've probably given up days of my life to Camp Alium. And it's just insane because, yeah, I've never had an original piece that I've put so much time and effort into, aside from maybe like when I was like 14 and I had these 3 characters who I'm not gonna name names because their names are dumb. But they were basically like it was kind of like, it was basically this, it was in essence the Sanders sides, except I don't think I was even into the Sanders sides at that point. When did the first episode of Sanders sides come out? Because I definitely wasn't into it at that point, but I don't know when. Okay, so I'm looking. The first episode of Sanders Sides was 2016. Yeah, so this was before Sanders Sides came out. I had this like little concept of like, it's not exactly Sanders Sides where they're different like aspects of my personality like functions per se, but they were like, one of them was like sort of, I guess you could say she was like all the dark sides, and one where it's like where it's anxiety and deceit and intrusive thoughts, and then there was another one who was essentially the combination of Patton and Roman, and then there was a third one who was just basically just straight up me, but also like combined with like Logan, Logic. And those 3, like, I did a lot with them, like, not, like, they weren't, I had an original thing that I put them in, but aside from that, like, one thing, they were mostly just OCs, like, self-insert characters that I used to insert into other fandoms, like Danny Phantom and Invader Zim and other things that I can't remember at the moment. But that's what they were. And I put like a lot of thought into them, but that was like a bajillion years ago, and I never really I wrote a fic. It's like gone now, I think. No, it is still up. No, it's still up somewhere in the void. But aside from that one thing, I never put very much like physical labor into them. So Alium is my child. So that is why we have gathered here today to create the Alium Anthology, or start the creation of the Camp Alium Anthology. So it's not every single TikTok from Camp Alium. This is just the TikToks that are like that have basis in canon and are plot relevant in some form or fashion, or they reveal something about the characters. Like there's this one, well, I suppose you'll see it, so I'll just explain them as I go. I'm not a very fancy person. I'm just moving it so it's easier to see. I'm not a very fancy person. So, and I'm not rich, so I've just got Filmora. That's it. Where is Alium? Okay. And then we're gonna import all of these. And what I'm going to be doing with them is it's not going to be, because my TikTok compilations, it's the regular ones, those are in chronological order from the time of upload. These, I'm going to be doing my best to put them in chronological order based on the actual Camp Alium timeline. And it's like really funny seeing the two, oh my god. For where's, do I have one from that? I don't know. I might wind up going onto my TikTok and then like adding more. I'm not certain. Wait, okay, file. And then, where's edit undo? Okay, file. Project settings, here we go. Making this 30 FPS. Because I don't know why the heck it's 25 FPS. That's really weird. Okay. So, we're gonna mute this, because I don't want to get, DMCA'd, because TikTok can, like, take down your videos now. Like, your streams. Actually, should I have just, done undo? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be just looking at the TikToks, and I'm going to be playing them right here. Can you guys see them? Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, you can see them. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing them, and I'm going to be adding them one by one. So here are the first two, like, the first two lore/plot relevant TikToks. Man, and I'm gonna have to go back, like, and put in the description when I post this on YouTube, like, in the next, like, because this isn't gonna be up for several months, probably. But these, when I put it on YouTube, I'm going to have to, like, type this out in the description because it's a hard font to read, apparently. Well, I say apparently, but, like, yeah, it's a little bit hard to read. So I'm gonna have to put it down in the description because I always want my videos to be accessible. That's why I like the font that I use for captioning my TikToks. Excuse me. That's why I like the font that I use for captioning my TikToks, is because I find it really easy to read. I've gotta come through here. Okay, I just had to make sure that this one was in here somewhere, because, I'm planning on making, oh my god, I'm planning on bookending this, like, opening it and closing it in, like, the same fashion. Okay, so... Okay, I'm trying to think about where I should put these two in terms of everything, because it's not like they're, it's not like they go in the timeline like all of the other ones. I do have a couple of funny ones in here just because I wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, but also because they have something to do with plot whenever I did keep them in here. Where is this? This will be over here, because Figment is, even though she's not the latest addition, even though she's not the latest addition to the Camp Alium cast, in, like, as far as character concept goes, like, Figment has been a character since, like, Figment and Isla Demir were conceptualized around the same time. Like, that's how old Figment is as a character. I've just never been able to cosplay her, until now, because I didn't have the stuff for her. And by that's how old, I mean, like, Isla became a concept in, like, what was it, like, December? So Figment has been around for just as long. She's one of the oldest members, as far as, like, IRL when I conceptualized her. She is, however, the newest addition to Camp Alium, timeline-wise. Both in, like, when I've posted stuff of her, and also, just in general. She was found by Farai very recently. Like, she was found, like, as far as, like, when she joined Camp Alium, because Farai is the one who found her, and she joined, Camp Alium fairly quickly after Farai found her. Well, not that she joined Alium necessarily, more like she came to, like, check it out and then wound up developing an attachment, and now she can't leave. But yeah, she's the newest member of the family, and I love her so much. Yeah, the newest member as far as being conceptualized, in my head is actually Barbie. Barbie is the newest one who is conceptualized, because I was like, well, if I can take my original characters and insert them into Alium, because Alium is interdimensional and it has its fingers in a ton of pies and yada yada yada, if I can do that, why can't I do the same with other characters that are not my own? Kind of like how, in, I don't know how many people have read Monster Pop. It's kind of an old webcomic, but it's Monster Pop follows the story of George, I think, as she like navigates through life, and she's a Cyclops, and she goes to this college for monsters, and I won't explain like the whole story, but like the reason that I bring it up is because within Monster Pop there are also like different references to pop culture and stuff inserted in there. Like there's Tiny Minaj, who is she's like a little 7-inch tall Nicki Minaj, who is one of George's friends, and she goes to the college. It's so cute. But I was like, well, why can't I do that with, like, that wasn't the original inspiration for it, maybe in the back of my head, but like, I was like, why can't I do that with my characters, with like characters that I like from things? Like, why can't I take people and insert them into Camp Alium? So that's how Barbie came to be, and I love Barbie very much, like just in general, not even just in Alium. I just love Barbie. I've been trying to watch as many as I can of all of the Barbie movies, but I'm very excited to have Barbie in Camp Alium. Okay, so that goes early, because this is from, because Voltaire being in France wasn't like, yes? Give me a second to mute. I'm back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Voltaire being in France was in like the 1800s, before he met Isla. So that's where that is on the timeline. I think I'm gonna do, because there's like a few like character intro things. Maybe I'll have character intros before these two. Okay, and then this would go I'm not sure when I want Figment to have entered the timeline. I think she's gonna enter in the middle of all of this, so I'm gonna put her right there. Because there's like some things that I just like forgot to place. That happened about the same time, and yes, I used the same audio joke format twice. This happens after this? When did she die? Oh wait, do I have this notebook, and I'm not sure if this is, I don't think, if I dropped it, I don't think this is the one that I have. Allium junk written in. It's not. Do I have, oh, I have my OneNote. And yes, I use OneNote occasionally. it's useful for keeping like journal style notes. I guess I don't have it in there. Okay. That's lovely. Because I did write down the Camp Alium timeline. I wrote it down. But I don't know what I did with the notebook I had it written down in. Do I have it in my notes? I really need to write down the timeline in a digital format and keep losing it like this. I'm just really not sure what I did with it. Did I put the notebookers in? Back in here? No, I didn't. That's lovely. I lost it. It'll turn up at some point. Because I know I wrote down their birthdays. Okay, I'm gonna have to look real quick. I'm gonna have to go. Yes, okay, I found it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so then that all happened like way after that. Okay. So, okay. It's just difficult trying to keep the things that happened in two different universes at the same time, side by side. Okay, because Wilhelm and Isla were born at the same time, and then a bunch of stuff happened with Isla when she was around 20, when she was around 20 or so, and that's when she met Voltaire, was because they had an arranged marriage thing, and they wound up bearding for each other for a while. But after, it's 20 years after that, so when Isla and Wilhelm are in their 30s, yeah, that's when Farai is born, And then later, like, a bunch of stuff happens. So I was trying to get it straight. Which, like, that makes sense, but I just couldn't remember when... I couldn't remember... Why did I do that? I couldn't remember when Fry was born in relation to when Wilhelm was born. And that was tripping me up. This... I've like right there, I guess. And then this happens before here. Yeah, okay, so that would happen like right there. Because my... Not me getting distracted by TikToks. I'm constantly having to, like, go back through my TikToks and then, like, having to reference them. No, wait, I have it on Instagram. I always forget Instagram exists, and I feel so bad for that, but them's the breaks, I guess. Okay, no, she's 39. She was 30, not 39, she was 38, when she got bitten and went missing. Yeah, she was 38. Okay, no, that makes sense. With her birthday and all when that happened. But anyways, she was 38, and she went missing, and she was bit and stuff. But she'd been, like, really close to Fry. She was very much the, like, fun aunt as far as things go. And she was around quite a lot, for the first, like, 5 years, or, yeah, the first, like, 5-6 years of Fry's life. And then Fry dies when she's 16. And then all of a sudden, because Fry is a ghost, she's, like, sitting in the rafters, like, wherever they're having the funeral. And she sees Wilhelm just there at the funeral. Like, and, like, nobody else really notices her because she's, like, sitting and, like, she's, like, out. But Christ. Frig. Yeah, as someone who's quiet and just, like, I tend to be the one who goes unnoticed, not because of anything, like, not because I'm, like, actively trying to be sneaky and sinister or whatever, but just, like, from personal experience, when nobody's looking for you, nobody's gonna notice that you're there. So she shows up at the funeral, and Fry, of course, sees her, because she's, like, paying attention to everybody, and she's like, what the actual heck, and then they went, and, Wilhelm took her and, like, made Alium and all that jazz. Oh yeah, I wanted to have these, like, at the front, the intro videos. Okay. I was trying to put it in there, but it was being weird. And then we put this. Like right here, maybe? Or maybe I'll put it back here at the end. God, I love the snap feature. Let's see, so this one. Wait, because what's the project settings? Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it's good, okay. Okay, I was just trying to think about, I didn't know I was looking like that, but it was because I wasn't looking, I didn't have it, playing through the project, I just had it, this is the original source, so it has it in the same aspect ratio, but I'm not sure. Oh, actually, let's put it here, break up their content a little bit. Well, I guess I'll have this here. And then this one isn't really like lore, I guess, so much as like just an insight into Farai and her own like insecurities and attachment and things. Because it would have to happen before they came to Camp Alium, so it would have to be before then, I suppose. Okay, we love figuring things out in the timeline on the fly, because there's like some things that I like intrinsically know, like, okay, this has to have happened at this point in time, but like I don't know like the actual dates, because I'm really bad at just dates. Okay, and then that one is not lore, that one's not. Okay, there are like a few of these that are in here because I couldn't, if I played the video and tried to put it in the folder from my phone, it wouldn't let me. So there's a few of these that are in here that are not supposed to be in here, so excuse those mess ups. Wait, if this is this. It keeps disconnecting. I'm probably gonna have to stop after this. That's upsetting. I'm gonna have to stop in a little while. guess I'll put that there. Okay, and then I'll just put this over here because Pieces is an old man. An old man. How about this, like right here, maybe? Nope, because that's like she. Successfully snatched it. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, I forgot I can select multiple at a time. That I don't have to move them individually. Okay. So that's that all figured out. And then where's... Okay, so there's that. And so this happens before Barbie comes, because Barbie is 17, I think I said. Just straight up, she's 17, but Farai and but how old is Farai? Farai's like 179, I think, is how old she is at the moment. And Maya is 16, 15. She's 15. Farai is 16 physically. Maya is 16 physically, but Maya is like in reality like how old is that? She's like 40 years old. She is old. So she comes before Barbie. And then I also made the same joke again because I can never stop myself from making the same joke like 5 times over. This doesn't really have like a set time. So I'm not sure when I put this. Actually, I might just leave that out altogether. Put you two here. This one was just showing off their like relationship type thing. So I guess this one, because when did they meet? I don't think I ever put down a set date for when they met. But it's after she meets Voltaire. Which one's this? Oh no, wait. Okay, here we go, okay. So should it be... I don't know, I'll put it in between them. I think that's as good a time as any. Please move back here. Okay, and then that's already on there. This, I guess I'll put it here. Yeah, okay. Cause then Wilhelm was like, well, or should I put it before? Yeah, cause it's after this, and it's after Farai was born, but it was before she died that Director Wilhelm like started running from her problems, essentially, just continuously. I didn't realize that I put so much of Maya into here. Okay, so I guess I'll put it right here. Because that one was just showing off. Because both Maya's and Cal's voice does that when they get angry, or like when their emotions are running high, is they start sounding like a bunch of voices overlapping. And Maya's is more like in the TikTok where it's just like, I don't know how many it is that the guy filmed, like I think it's like 6 or so harmonies to Hank's voice, but that's what Maya sounds like when she gets upset. Cal's is more like a whole chorus of voices, like there's gotta be like 30 or something, like it's a lot. Why is this on here? That was an accident. Oh, and then, okay. So this one, and then I need to detach audio, and then, oh wait, edit, undo, okay, and then we delete this, and then come over here, and then I need to yeah, so now we have the matching things, but I think I'm gonna have to call the live quits right here because it keeps disconnecting. I hate it here. But I will see you guys later, so good morning, good afternoon, good night.